We are back with the 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz. For this video, I wanted to tell you guys ways that the 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz outperforms Toyota Tacoma. Being a Toyota Tacoma owner in the past and trading that truck for this 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz, I've noticed that there are a lot of features that you can get on a Santa Cruz that a Tacoma might not necessarily have. Now, something else I've noticed is that this truck outperforms Toyota Tacoma in a lot of other areas. The first thing that I have to say I noticed the Hyundai Santa Cruz outperforms the Tacoma in is overall handling. This is a all-wheel drive vehicle, Hyundai's H-Track all-wheel drive system, and taking this out on backcountry roads, taking it out on the highway, even around town, you will notice if you're coming from a Tacoma that the Hyundai Santa Cruz is going to drive a lot more like a car, if you want to say, and it's based off of the crossover Hyundai Tucson platform. So it has a much more secure, tight handling, not as sloppy feeling as you're driving it, much like the Tacoma would have. And I'm not criticizing Tacoma. Tacoma is a solid truck, but when it comes to handling, when it comes to the overall performance of the vehicle, handling is one department that Santa Cruz has Tacoma beat, in my opinion. Another area where I have to say the Santa Cruz beats out the Tacoma for sure is fuel economy. So reason number two, gas mileage. I drove my Tacoma almost 12,000 miles within 7 months of ownership. And on average, highway city driving, I would say that the average gas mileage that I usually would get was around 20 to 25. I saw it range from, but I usually stuck close to that 20 miles per gallon range. When my wife and I took the Tacoma on our honeymoon, I did notice that the truck averaged closer to the 25 mark on the highway, but this surpasses that without any competition. Driving this 70 miles round trip to work a few times a week, I've noticed that here I am with almost 1,500 miles, and with my 2023 Santa Cruz here, I am averaging anywhere from 30 to 32 miles to the gallon. So that is another section where the Santa Cruz outperforms the Tacoma. Another thing I have to say is overall styling. So not only do we have handling, second, I mentioned gas mileage, third, I have to just say that the Santa Cruz has a lot better styling than the Tacoma, and that might just be a preference, but the Tacoma body style that is currently being produced is the same look that Tacoma truck has had since 2016. Come on, Toyota, do something different here. Give the consumer something a little bit more high-tech looking, a little bit more futuristic looking. Redesign that Tacoma. Give us something a little bit fresh there. Now, I'm not telling Toyota to change their powertrain because the 2.7, that 3.5 liter Atkinson cycle 6-cylinder, the 6-speed auto that they have, it's a proven drivetrain. It doesn't necessarily get the best fuel economy compared to its competitors, but at least do something to make the vehicle look more up to date with its competition. And I know this Santa Cruz here isn't a direct competitor to the Tacoma, but I mean, come on, there's other makers out there like Ford Ranger, Chevy Colorado. I mean, like, freshen up your vehicle. Something we do have to look out for is that Toyota is possibly, from what I've heard by rumors, coming out with a vehicle that would compete with Santa Cruz, compete with Maverick as well. So Hyundai and Ford, look out. If Toyota does come out with something like that, I'm sure it'll be a solid, reliable vehicle. Another thing that I have to say the Santa Cruz outperforms Tacoma in is the technology. And on the inside, having experienced Toyota's infotainment systems, more than just in my SR Tacoma, I have to say that Hyundai just seems to be a step ahead of Toyota when it comes to the interior technology features. So what I'm going to say first is the way that Hyundai has Toyota beat in this case is wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto. And that's a feature that I touched on in previous videos of my Santa Cruz. I love that feature. And not just there, I'm going to say another thing that's technology related is the steering assist, that I believe that Hyundai's system is just outperforming Toyota's steering assist system. So that's another way that that Hyundai just seems to be a step ahead of the game is their technology. And another thing that I'm noticing here is the electronic parking brake. That is something that is more of a, I guess, a convenience feature, but it could be also grouped into that technology factor. So we've got handling, we've got gas mileage, we've got styling, we've got technology. That's 4 departments that Hyundai and the Santa Cruz here just seems to be, in my opinion, outperforming the Toyota Tacoma. The suspension of the Santa Cruz compared to my Toyota Tacoma, being the SR with steel wheels, this suspension is a lot more comfortable. It takes bumps a lot smoother, it's not as sloppy on the road, and it feels more luxurious as you're driving down the road. So that'd be my 5th reason. The last thing I have to say, and I guess this would be tied into the overall handling performance, would be the acceleration. So something that we'll notice here is that this is just the base non-turbo Hyundai Santa Cruz. This base 4-cylinder outperforms Toyota's 2.7 liter 4-cylinder with the Tacoma. Now, even if we were to say, oh, Toyota has a V6, well, Hyundai also has a 2.5 liter turbo that's going to get more horsepower than the base Santa Cruz does, and also that V6 Tacoma. So even if you're thinking, well, Toyota has that V6 that could outperform the base Santa Cruz, don't forget we've got that turbo model here that I did not opt for that will outperform that V6 Tacoma. And really, since we have a Hyundai here, I'm going to say that the final thing that we outperform Toyota Tacoma with and choosing the Santa Cruz is the warranty coverage. Hyundai has got all auto manufacturers beat when it comes to their warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain, 5-year, 60 bumper to bumper. That is an insane warranty that you're not going to get with any other manufacturer. Now, if you're buying a Toyota, you're probably not going to need that 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain if you take care of your vehicle. But nonetheless, that is still something that is awesome to have in case something does go wrong with your vehicle's powertrain. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video showing you ways that the 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz outperforms Toyota's Tacoma. Let's be on the lookout, though, because Toyota might be launching that competitor to go head-to-head with this vehicle, the Santa Cruz, and also the Ford Maverick. If that's the case, then we better make sure that Hyundai and Ford stays on their game with the Maverick and the Santa Cruz. Comment before you go. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Feel free to share any more content ideas, things you might want to see of the Santa Cruz or anything else. Rate this video before you go. Subscribe today if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one.